Our New England shoreline is home to a wide variety of very tolerant plant species. One species in particular, the Rosa rugosa, which is just behind me here, is a very, very resilient plant, appreciated as much for its beauty as its resilience in the landscape on the seashore. According to some Cape Codders, it was considered a wash ashore. Their feeling is the rose hips, which happen to float in storms, washed ashore to the Cape mainland and took hold in the dunes there. And once they took hold in the dunes there, they became a pretty important part of the conservation of the dunes. One of the characteristics of rugosa rose is that it tends to be a very thick plant with a dense root system, and it throws off suckers. And those suckers are basically shoots that grow from the roots of the plant, and hence they can stabilize and not allow the sand to move around all that much.
It grows to about 1 to 3 feet tall. It is part of the rose family. As we can see right here, where an old flower is dropped off and a new flower is being produced. People can use this in their landscape for those areas that are salty, poorly drained soils, well-drained soils, drought tolerant, anywhere. This stuff is great for any kind of condition. As you can see right here, as the new stem is formed, it's sort of a soft thorn. But as the stem hardens off, the thorns actually harden off. So that's, as everybody knows who's gone to the beach before, that when you went, the volleyball gets lost and you go to find it, this is what gets you.
This is prickly pear that we have here. It's the only native cactus to New England. We find it commonly in the Truro, Wellfleet areas along the dune edges. Tolerates full sun, sandier soils, likes an alkaline soil, tolerates a lot of salt. Has very sharp, skinny spines. If you touch this plant, it'll stay in your palm for numerous days. In the wintertime, shrivels to a raisin type texture. We'll have a yellow flower, June, typically 1 to 3 inches in size. Will spread approximately 5 feet, about 1 foot in height.
Windswept plants are typically found along the seacoast, and what that is, actually their growth habit has all been deterred from the winds that they sustain regularly throughout the course of a growing season. So trees to have a large variety of growth designated on one side of the tree's canopy is pretty common. So that kind of gives them a look that as if they grew into or against the wind, and it's pretty unique for seashore plantings.
Beach plum is another very, very tolerant species for our beachscape. It has a beautiful white blossom early in the spring, and toward the end of the summer, it has a great little fruit that people make preserves from.